Hey everyone, Ryan here, or S Reaper G, or Ass Reaper G, or just that little fucking annoying dude you sometimes get videos recommended to you by on YouTube. Which is why you should definitely subscribe, right? Because why not? It can't hurt ya. Or it might, I don't know. Who else stealth drops videos early in the morning like me? Or night, or afternoon. It depends on your time zone. I don't know where you live. Biomutant got some great news. It has officially sold over 1 million copies, which we learned from Experiment 101's parent company, Embracer Group. We covered Biomutant quite a bit here on the channel, so it felt right to acknowledge its success briefly and what it could mean going forward for the game, the IP, or maybe even the studio. Biomutant, the open world RPG from Experiment 101, has sold over 1 million copies and made its development costs back within its opening week. As confirmed by the developer's parent company Embracer Group in its Q1 interim report, Biomutant acted as a key contributor to sales and revenue generated in the first quarter. Embracer Group confirmed the success of Biomutant in the report. The main revenue driver in the quarter was the release of Biomutant from our internal studio Experiment 101, the report states. So far, the game has sold more than 1 million copies. The full investment into development and marketing, as well as the acquisition cost for Experiment 101 and the IP, was recouped within a week after launch, added Embracer Group. There's not much to say here other than this is great news for the team at Experiment 101, and if you followed my coverage, which you probably didn't, but if you did, you'd know that I was really excited for this game and started talking about it for the channel, and I was kind of disappointed overall in it when it did finally come out. It had a lot of underwhelming gameplay systems and performance issues and bugs, but I think it's a good game at its core with a solid foundation, and I'm glad to see it found some success despite those issues. Going forward, what I would love more than anything else with Biomutant considering its success is for them to get the chance to either create expansions or new add-on content if they want to, and use that to kind of address some of the flaws with the game. Maybe add some content that is feeling a bit more handcrafted and unique than what exists currently in the base game, or maybe brings it a bit more up to snuff. Or if nothing else, get those native current gen versions out as soon as possible. It will allow them to address some of those underlying issues that exist with the game a bit and probably mitigate some of those performance issues if they still persist. It's obviously not very clear what on earth Embracer Group's intentions are beyond buying as many studios as they possibly can, but despite what I felt were Biomutant's shortcomings, it garnered, in my opinion, a decent sized cult following. I think based on the size of the team and what is already here, it shows that this studio is pretty talented, and with maybe a little bit more manpower and budget next time, they can easily nail a potential sequel or a potential other game that is somewhat similar to this in scope, if such is the desire for the team at Experiment 101. Final thing I want to mention is that as we have seen now with the Ascent being from another small team with great ambition, and I have been doing my own co-op playthrough with one of my close friends for the Ascent, we're seeing that these small studios have that great ambition and talent, and you can see that by the games that they put out, but they're being plagued by these small issues like performance problems and bugs, and that can potentially affect their success in small ways that maybe we're not outwardly seeing, and maybe that's possibly a non-issue or non-issues in the grand scheme of things. But regardless, I do wonder sometimes how much more success they could have seen if they were able to have a bit more time to maybe mitigate some more issues with these two genuinely enjoyable titles. Anyway, I rambled enough and I wasted enough of your time. Please let me know what you think below, and if you like RPG content or coverage or game content in general, feel free to subscribe and like and dislike the video as you see fit. Thanks for listening to my brief thoughts, and I'll talk to you all soon.